Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're building a Mediterranean inspired home. I'm building in Oasis Springs, which I haven't built in Oasis Springs in a long time. So I thought it was time, and I think that this kind of Mediterranean style really fits into this world. So this is what we're doing today. This ended up being a one bathroom home, which is kind of small, especially looking at the size of the house now. But I didn't end up using the bottom level as part of the house. It's more because I really just wanted the house to be to the middle level and the top level, so it actually ended up being quite small. The bottom level ended up being more like a utility room. Like I have a gardening table, a woodworking table in there. I think I had the candle station as well as some laundry in there. So it's more like a utility room where you could imagine that you store your gardening tools, or like I said, you have your laundry down there, or whatever it could be. Of course, you could always change that or make bedrooms down there if you needed more space. But now I ended up just making this into a one bedroom home. So this fits 2 sims. It's 1 double bed. But of course, I'm sure you could probably cram in more people if you wanted to. So I just wanted to do something different. I have been building a lot with the Dream Home Decorator packs, so I wanted to make something that was a little bit different style. Speaking of packs, they just released the trailer for the new expansion pack. They released it on Thursday, I believe. It's Sunday today for me. It's probably Wednesday for you guys. But last Thursday they released a new trailer, and I'm so excited that we're sort of getting a farming pack, and it is kind of a farming pack, right? It's called Cottage Living, and I'm super excited. We're getting like cows and bunnies and llamas and chickens and all these cute animals, and I couldn't be again more excited. I'm a broken record, but I'm really excited. I need to find a new word for that. I'm really happy, and I really want to play with the new farm animals. Like I would love to do maybe like a gameplay series on like farming and having bunnies. I'm super excited for my sims to have bunnies for some reason. I didn't think I would be so excited for the bunnies, but I really think they're super cute, and I want my sims to have bunnies and cows and llamas and chickens and all this good stuff. I know some people were disappointed that we didn't get horses, which I totally get, but I'm kind of low-key excited that we got llamas instead of horses, which I'm sure is an unpopular opinion, but I think that the Sims is very much like llamas has always been like the Sims brand. As long as I have been playing Sims, I started with the Sims 2, but then like llamas have always been the Sims brand. Like it's been the mascots for universities. It's been like the sports team has been like the llamas, and the llama thing has always been around. So I think that it makes sense that we should be able to have llamas as farming animals, as it is a very big part of the Sims brand. And I think that Sim Guru Romeo actually tweeted about horses, and that they would be very much excited and willing to add horses in the future, but that horses are a very big like gameplay object. Like horses are gonna have a lot of gameplay ability. Like you will imagine like horses have kind of like in the Sims 3 where you can course through like agility, is that what it's called? Like where you jump with the horses and kind of like do competitions and that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that they would be happy to make like a pack, like a game pack maybe, that's fully like dedicated to horses and everything you can do with them. So I would be very much happy if they did add horses in the future, and I wouldn't be super mad if it was its own game pack. I'm sure that a lot of people would disagree with me there, but I think that it would be a good game pack if they really flesh it out. Maybe even add another animal, I don't know. It depends. Like Romeo said that horses are a lot of work, so even if it's just horses and you do a lot of like competitions and gameplay, and you have a lot of gameplay with the horses, like having those stables and all this stuff, I think that that would blend really well with the other like animal packs that we have, which now is cats and dogs of course, and the cottage living expansion pack, as well as my first pet stuff, but I don't think we're allowed to talk about that one, so we're just gonna skip over that. But I'm super excited for the new animals and the entire style of the new pack, like building those kind of cottages. I think it will be very cute, and I will be making many of them when the pack comes out. A lot of people talked about how the kitchen set was very similar to the country kitchen stuff we got as a kid, which of course they're gonna be similar, they're the same style, but I think that they are very much different enough to be two completely different kitchen sets. Which, by the way, we haven't gotten a kitchen set since like Island Living, I think, which was like 2 years ago, and I think the people have for a long time been kinda disappointed with the kitchen sets that we got. Like with Island Living we didn't get any cabinets, and it's happened like with Jungle Adventure and with Island Living as well, we didn't get an island. And I think that with Island Living Island, it was more like something that they added in because people were angry that they didn't have an island, rather than that they forgot, like they did it with the Jungle Adventure Island. Again, that's just my speculation, maybe that's not true, but I feel like they were just like, oh shit, people are angry at us, let's add in an island. But now we got the like 4, if you count the new kitchen set we get in the new expansion pack, we've gotten 4 new kitchen sets, 4 new full kitchen sets with counters and islands and cabinets in the last like 4 sets in 3 months, maybe less, which is crazy. Like they're really giving us what we want right now, and I love that. But with that said, this pack doesn't come out before like July 22nd, which is so long. Like I believe it was in the video that I did the layout from Dream Home Decorator, that I thought that, well, if the trailer comes out now, it's gonna take like at least 2 weeks before the pack actually comes out. It is usually like 2-3 weeks from trailer that packs usually come out. Now it's more like 6 weeks, like it's a month and a half almost until that pack comes out, which is like, I don't want to wait that long. I'm so excited to play with it right now, and I don't want to wait that long, but I guess we're gonna have to. I guess we don't have another choice. So yeah, but I'm super excited for that, and I can't wait to play with it and build, of course. I mean, I say play, but how much do I actually play The Sims? Not that much. I mainly only build. And I love building, and I am super excited to see some build and buy items from this new pack. I was thinking when the trailer came out, like, yeah, this is super pretty, but I would like the list of the build buy items now, please. I'm a builder, I wanna see them, thank you. Please and thank you. Please give me the list of the items. I really wanna start what is the word? Just kinda imagining what I wanna build, get inspired, kinda know, oh, I wanna do this with that and this with that, but I don't really know what we're getting yet. Of course, it's gonna be like a cottage style vibe, cottage/country vibe. So I have some ideas, but I would really like to see all the objects that we are getting, which I'm sure that there are gonna be more trailers coming out throughout these like 6 weeks or something that we have to wait. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. And moving on to actually talk about the build that I'm doing right now. I wanted this area to be very lush. I added some grass around the place where I had added plants, and I let like vines and stuff grow on the side of the house as well as on top of the roof. I should be using the tool mod to put things on the roof, but honestly I'm kind of scared of the tool mod. I guess I'm just not used to it. I don't really know how to use it, so I don't really know how to use this, so I don't. But I think that this way also worked out. I just when I put the plants on the roof, I usually just place, because you can place them on the roof. It has like its own like foundation kinda, and then you can just raise them up a couple of times depending on of course kinda have to resize them and raise them up depending on the angle of the roof as well as on the size of the plant. It kinda makes a match to make it look nice. So that's what I did. I also added a pond in the back. I didn't really know what to do. I'm not like with the back and with this area. I wanted the main like living area to be in the house and on the like balconies of the house. So the outside is mainly just decoration or landscaping. So I made the pond outside, which I think looked really pretty. I used a lot of lush landscaping. I wanted this build to be very lush. Which, by the way, talking about the pond and talking about the expansion pack again, we are finally getting a pond tool for The Sims 4. Finally, after like, has been like almost 7 years, we are finally getting a pond tool, because we have had terrain anything for like, I don't know, when did they add that? A year, maybe 2 years ago? Yeah, it must have been like 2 years since they added terrain editing. I'm not quite sure, but we haven't had a pond tool, and I am so excited to have a pond tool, so we don't have to make these fake ponds with the fountains, which I'm sure maybe I will do that sometimes depending on the look that I want. Maybe if you want it to be more clean, that you would use the fountain tool to make a pond. But I'm super excited to get the pond tool and make more natural ponds and not having to hide the edges of the fountain tool. So I've been making a lot of ponds with that, and I'm super excited. Even if I'm not, like, I used to use a lot of terrain tools in The Sims 3 and The Sims 2, but I haven't really used them in The Sims 4. I guess partly it's because it took so long for the terrain tools to come into The Sims 4, I kinda forgot how to use them, and now I'm kinda intimidated by them. Like, I can't really make it look good anymore. As well as I think that's because all the lots in The Sims 4 are flat. It's kinda hard to make it look natural. Like in The Sims 3, the terrain, like everywhere, was a little bit, it could be flat, but a lot of the times some of the lots were more like, well, they had some, like, you know, uneven. They were uneven, and that made the terrain tool look more natural. With The Sims 4, everything is flat. But with that said, I think the pond tool is of course gonna be easier to use, and I'm gonna use it a lot. So I'm very excited for that. But moving back to the house again, at first I started to use quite a dark color scheme with like using dark wood colors, but then quite quickly I ended up going back to my whites again. I'm just not very used to using a lot of dark colors when I build, and I'm not super comfortable with that because I'm not used to using them. Like, I like to use kind of like, you know, white stuff and light woods, because I like to have my places be really bright, and I guess I struggle with doing that using dark colors, because I'm sure you can use a lot of darker woods and darker colors to make it look really nice, and I know a lot of people do that, but for me, I guess I haven't really done that much, so I'm not really comfortable with that yet. I'm more used to doing lighter color schemes, so that is what I ended up doing here as well, which I think looks really nice, but maybe I should stick to the darker theme. I don't know. Like, right now the kitchen is quite dark. Like, I use a lot of dark woods in the kitchen, but towards the end I do change the kitchen to be white as well, just to match with everything else, because I ended up doing the living area kind of white and light woods, as well as the upstairs bedroom. I ended up using a lot of light woods as well, so I thought that it would make sense that the kitchen would match that as well. So the kitchen ended up getting a little bit changed. Everything is the same, but I just changed the swatches. As well, in the bathroom I ended up using quite light and bright wood colors as well, just to kind of match everything else. I'm using that Young Adventure wallpaper and the Young Adventure shower that match perfectly with each other, which is so nice. Moving up to the bedroom, I didn't actually test if a double bed would fit in, and like, it barely did. I had to put it on the other wall and put in a half wall and raise that part up, because the double bed didn't fit, and I didn't realize that it wouldn't fit up here. But it fits like this. It's on I think it's 3 tiles, and it's a half a tile on each side of the bed, and that would work totally fine. I do this all the time, and your Sims will be able to use this bed no problems, so don't worry about that. I just ended up slicing down some end tables on the sides to make sure that they look nice, so they didn't clip into the bed. And then adding some, I didn't add too much up here. I just added a dresser and a A mirror, just what you need. I didn't have much space to do anything else. It was quite a small bedroom. Instead, I ended up putting a planter where I had the half wall. I thought it would look nice to put some plants in there and make it more lush. Put in some plants, make it look nice. Also, this window is slightly clipping out because it thinks that it's 2 rooms where I have the half walls. It thinks that the half walls is 1 room and that the bedroom is another room, so that's why it's kind of clipping weirdly. I guess you could remove one of the walls where the staircase come up and you probably wouldn't have that problem, but that's up to you. I don't really mind that too much. With that said, we're about to jump into screenshots, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all very very soon. Ripley out.
Honey, I'm a perfect 10, whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10, whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey,